Welcome back to Jimmy Kicker's Rocking Garage. We're out here with the Studebaker again today. I'm just not going to bore you with things like pulling plugs or anything like that, because that's just a waste of your time. But anyway, I did go ahead and pull the plugs on this to kind of get an idea of what's going on with this. I'll show you some of them, and then I've got one of these brand new cameras I can get down in here, and we look at the cylinders. I've already done this, but I wanted to kind of go over it and let you guys see what you think. I am by no stretch of the imagination any kind of an expert on this Studebaker. It's not like a Ford or Chevy, you know, but it's fairly simple. And don't get me wrong, but this is the first time I've brought a car back that's been parked for this long. This car's been parked for 50 years. So I'm going to go through that, and at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some for the cylinders from the parts engine that's sitting over here, and from some prior footage, and you can get an idea of what it looks like. Now that I found my camera, I was going to show you this thing. This is pretty cool. I just got this last week. It's the, I guess, Depth Tech. I don't know. Anyway, this thing, I got it on special on Walmart or Amazon.com, and it'll do not only a video straight in, you know, from the front camera. It has a side camera. You can view either or side by side. For this right here, we're kind of going to go through, I think first of all we're going to go down this side, and we'll do the just the front camera, look at the cylinders, and we'll go back and see if we can look at the valves. We have time to do that. But anyway, let's get to work. So to make this easier too, I'm going to just put this on the screen, and you don't have to look at me this entire time, which is probably a blessing. We're going to look at the cylinders for each one of these, and then we're going to go back over here to the other side and check it out. We may go back in there and look at the valves and whatnot too, but because this thing does have a side camera on it. But let's take a look here at cylinder one. My gosh, that looks pretty good. There's some surface rust there, but nothing too objectionable. This is 3. They're 1, 3, 5, 7 on this side, 2, 4, 6, 8 on the other. This one's all the way up, so it's kind of hard to see the wall of the cylinder. I do see some debris on the top. I'm going to try to vacuum all of that out of there. I've got a method of doing that. This one's a little rustier than the other one, and there's looks like some carbon laying on top of the piston, or some, you know, rust that's flaked off. Yeah, I ain't real happy with that one. Number 7 over here. This one, it's kind of more the same. The piston looks pretty good. All these kind of have a funny looking top on these, and but they're all right. I mean, I can live with that. All right, let's go to the other side and check that out. Okay, we're going to start here with this number 2 cylinder. And it appears to be most of the way up. What cylinder wall I can see looks pretty clean. There's some debris on top of the cylinder. That's kind of to be expected. I can live with that. The next one here, this is the one that concerns me. I mean, I've already looked at all of this. As you can see down there in the bottom right hand corner, there's some debris there. But I don't know if that's just you know, carbon that's flaked off, and I'm guessing it may be. I said I'm going to try to vacuum all this out and I can get a better look at it. Then I'm going to soak this thing for a couple of weeks. This number 5 right here, a little debris in there, rusty cylinder walls. That's kind of to be expected. I'm sure the valves are open on that one. Get the plug wire out of the way here. And this one is really ticking me off. Okay, here we go. Number 8. Same kind of story here. This one, the cylinder's a little bit, the piston's a little cleaner, but you know, the typical rust that's in there, surface rust. I don't really think I want to. So okay, let's go on to the rest of it. Let me flip the camera view around here so we can see what we can see. All right, that is the side camera. See, that thing's lit up. So we're going to work in reverse here. See if we can see the valves in these. This is much harder with the side camera light on and not both to see where I'm going. But I can do it. Go in there. Go to your home. All right. Somebody really wants to talk to me. Okay. Let's see who the f it is. Hey.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm videoing right now. So.
Crimson wants to go to Applebee's.
Well, we can do that, but we're gonna have to wait a few minutes.
Fine. How many minutes?
Like 10 or 15 when I get done filming this.
A few is technically 3.
10.
Okay.
LA. Bye. Well, I guess that's a good thing because I wasn't recording a damn thing, which is why I had to do this again. Okay. All right. Let's go back here to number 8. And let's get down in there, see what we can see. There's our valves. Look pretty good, those do. Alright, let's go to number 6. And if I can turn it the correct direction, maybe we can see some valves. I think it's the problem with this is this is so far up I don't really have, and there's a corner of the valves right there. Yeah, we're just gonna, yeah, there we go. That one's open, crusty. Oh well. We're probably looking at we gotta take the valve covers off anyways. So we'll go in there and make sure all the valve trains free. That one's definitely got some carbon flaking off of it, which gives credence to that's what we're looking at. This is the worst looking cylinder, so that's probably exactly what that is. Let me get back up here where you can see it. You can actually see it in pieces of it dangling off of it right now. Alright. And let's see, this is cylinder number 2. Jesus, it's difficult to get in there. Okay, this one's all the way up, it looks like. That you can see the valve there, maybe. Difficult, not easy. Screw that. Okay. Now we're going to go back over here to this side. Also working in reverse. Number 7. Let's see, we got number 7 here. Number 7. Yeah, those look pretty good. Okay, they're both closed, which is probably why. Man, I wish I could turn this a little bit around here. Let's try that. Okay, number 5. There we go. Yeah, those look pretty decent. A little crusty there. A little rust on the valve seat. I've seen worse. Number 3. It's not terrible. Open, crusty. This has got me thinking I'm going to be pulling the head off of this. Which, I mean, the head gaskets are available. It's nothing in the world. It's not like it's a big procedure on this. There's not a lot going on here. These two look pretty good. That's a little concerning right there. But I think that's just carbon. What I'm about to show you here, this is a parts engine that my grandfather had purchased. He bought a running and driving car, and this parts engine came. I'm not sure if it came out of the exact same model, but it's a 232 V8. My gosh, y'all! You talk about something that is incredibly heavy. I've moved big block engines that weren't this heavy, and this is a 232 cubic inch engine. Anyway, my grandfather bought this car and cut it up, and the transmission of this car is in the trunk of this one. I thought I had the rear end too, because it was sitting there behind the car all these years, and come to find out it was a 6-lug from some Jeep or something. But anyway, the engine was sitting on the floor in a damp basement, and I kind of figured that with no valve covers on the top of this engine and no air cleaner covering it, that the inside of this engine would be horrific. Well, it turns out it looks better than the engine that's in the car. How that's possible, I'm not even sure. But as you can see here in the pictures, these cylinders look pretty clean, and I was shocked by that. So I figure at the worst case scenario, if this one that's in the car is toast, we'll take this one apart, and this will be the one that we rebuild and put back in the car. Thanks everybody for watching. That's going to kind of wrap things up for the week. I'm not going to make a video of me putting Marvel's Mystery Oil into the cylinders. I don't think that's very good content. So the game plan is to do that over the next week, get the cylinders vacuumed out as best I can. If you got any ideas on how to do that, that's very helpful. If there's anything that you guys know about these cars, like I said, I'm far from an expert on it. I can take criticism too very well. So if you think I'm screwing something up, feel free to tell me. So in any event, please like and subscribe Jimmy Kicker's Rocking Garage, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks. Thanks again.